Do-do-do.
Okay, we're back. Vacation over, people. We got an
No! Yeah, we're back.
All right, so I think I go.
and the audience is now dead.
No, we're not.
So am I.
He's all. Yeah. Specifically
We're back.
Well, as you can see from the picture, we had an awesome time at Gen Con. We also spotted the elusive Blurry Birch.
The elusive. He's like a Sasquatch in that photo. He's just
I
kind of
know,
like.
exactly. And that's a very skinny Yeti in the background.
You can also see the elusive AJ.
See, AJ,
And Sean.
And Sean. Yeah, there's a lot of cameos in this photo.
And a cat behind you.
And a random Dragon Ball Z player.
Yep, why not?
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, that awesome announcement.
We're not segueing into that yet. That's going to be cool.
But it's the best part of the show.
No,
All
it's-
right. Let's run through the announcements in order.
First up, we're going to look at Gen Con Fallout in terms of how did we all do?
We thought we were the kings of Swiss, and then we got Swiss champ Kirsted very poorly.
Yep.
Should have.
Knew it was gonna happen.
Should have given
him the win.
Should have given him the win. We should have taken middle of the pack. Not. I really thought that there are. For all who don't know, because these team results have not really been posted, Matt Giggles and I played this year as team 678. Or sorry,
687.
Sorry,
Get the pun correct.
it's been a long week. I was playing Gemini Man, Matt was playing Jiffany, Jeff was playing Snake Man, and we were 4-0 in teams. We had a really good streak. We ID'd with Team Lion Stance, who won the event in round 5. And then in the top 8, we got paired against Keenan, Birch, and Piglet. Let me tell you, it was a stomp. It really was. But I took a game off of Piglet playing Gemini Man. I felt so accomplished because he was playing Clark, and that was not an easy match. But yeah, Team Lion Stance, that was Drew, Dave Wagner, and Shoemaker, if I understand is correct. They are the team world champions this year. Congrats to those guys. They were playing, if I remember correctly, BB Hood, Gemini Man, Yellow Devil for their team. And it was pretty awesome to watch those guys play their decks.
I didn't get to watch. I had to do this thing called going to the vendor hall.
Yeah. And then we went to day 2. The epic day 2 of singles.
We skipped a day.
What day? Oh,
The first
Turbo.
day.
Oh,
Giggles,
God.
come say hi, Giggles.
Giggles Khan took down another.
Hello. Beat your 2-time champion of Turbo. I built him Hoytzel. There's not much really to say.
He beat Jeremy Ray. He beat Jeremy Ray.
The deck was mathematically perfect.
And I helped. I helped with that
He
one
actually
card.
he changed one card. He had input this time
He had input, just enough.
that I wanted to do in the first place.
I
Oh,
scrubbed
you
out.
didn't.
I
I was
scrubbed
the one who
out.
did it. I was the one who made the call.
Okay, Giggles, go
I
back.
like
Go
it,
back
I-
to your corner, Giggles.
Back to the corner till Michigan when we
turn
need to unlock you again.
You won't see it.
multiple times, but I need like an actual number. We don't exactly.
All right. Let's look at the spread here for the standing. These are the final standings. This is the top 18 of singles. These are they obviously was 2 diversities that happened.
Since I have 3 extra white ones.
Diversified were Garrison, who played Skullman, who was diversified by Ryan Fields, and Kian Meadows, who was diversified by Phil Birch, playing Gemini Man.
I mean, hell, until
Giggles.
today, I thought we were doing Lasertron on Friday.
But yeah,
Peanut
the
Gallery, shut up.
yeah.
What? Why
Thank
don't
you.
you say what you want to say?
Okay, sorry. But anyways, interesting thing I want to point out is Keenan's builds that got just barely diversified was an Air Gemini man, not evil.
That's true. And he was playing some interesting cards. I liked it.
People aren't playing him off air. No, it's mostly evil.
But the final standings going into for the final standings, Garrett Brett playing his own character. He eventually became the winner of the event. Kevin Broberg playing Tim Keefe, who, good for Kevin, playing something outside the ball and doing very well with it.
He had to play Tim because Tim couldn't show up because he had to go to his dad's wedding.
That's true. Ryan Fields playing Skullman. He was playing the deck that I was gonna play, and he decided he didn't want to play his Metal Man deck. So I handed him the morning of the tournament. It's like, here's a deck. It's complete.
Yeah, it's a plus. It's an action set.
Then we had the Phil Birch. Then we had the Garrison Diversity, and then we had our own Jeffrey Kahn playing
Snake Man, which eventually got second place.
Yep. Keenan for on Diversity. Bryce Trevetor.
I swear that's spelled wrong.
I think it is. I'm not sure, but Bryce played Kim, and he was playing a real suicide Kim. He was playing 4 of the ultra rare Kim attack. He was playing 4 1-checks, 4 2-checks. Was pretty good. I like the list.
No, not the program.
Dave Wagner was playing Pharaoh Man, which
Fire Pharaoh Man.
Fire Pharaoh Man. It was a
not life.
Yep.
His plan was just to break you apart. Turn 2.
Yep. Paul Bittner playing Trinity. Paul Bittner.
Screw that deck.
Which I believe Matt lost in the top 16 too.
Yep. Screw that deck.
Matt didn't find a revoke.
Ever.
Our own Matt Hughes playing Jiffany Jambers, the only Jiffany Jambers at Worlds.
Yeah, what up, people? I thought she was broken. I thought I was going to have to fight through diversity.
Yep.
Thanks for letting me get an easy ride and just give out free wins left and right to try and get people in.
True. Alex Marco playing Leona. It seems to have been his pet deck for the last couple of months. He was playing pretty much like a Trinity Leona / very aggro deck. Good for him.
It was basically Trinity Blade.
Yeah, Trinity Blade is probably the best name for it, actually.
Note that the only 2 8-card hand sizes in the event both topped.
Yep. Danielle Tyler, who is is Miles Tyler's wife, did very well with Felicia.
Did he actually knock Miles out?
Yeah, well, technically, they didn't play against each other last round. I know that. I know they didn't play against each other.
Yeah.
But actually, because Giggles won in the last round, she got in.
Yeah.
Giggles beat a Felicia in the final rounds to actually put her ahead of the other Felicia.
I think she was the only Felicia not running 23 attacks.
Yeah, she was in a very conservative deck. I believe the deck list was running 18 or 19.
Yeah.
Next was Devin Bernier playing Saki.
Like a fan of yours, Jesse.
I have been told that. I was unaware that the man is a fan of my oomph and motivation for this game. But
and
I got
Psyche.
Yeah, it was a good
technically an 8-card hand size.
I mean,
is this Pretty Boy Psyche or is this Magic the Gathering Psyche?
Pretty Boy Psyche.
Okay.
The one that would sell at Rush is an 8-card hand size.
Yep. Clint Badger, Church playing Asinko.
Yeah. Church and I, when the set first came out, we talked about Hasenko at length. And I basically talked to him I think she's really insane, but it's going to require 2 to 3 months to figure out how good she is. And I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket and invest in that, and then not have the time to work on anything else. And he decided, well, I'm going to do that. And he did. And he got there. So I really congratulate him for that. He surprises me every year.
In top 16, he went against Phil Birch, and he almost beat him. Yeah. I was watching that game for most of the time in the watching top 16. It was pretty tight. Matt Matt Turner or Piglet from Southern Fried Interviews playing Clark.
No, he did not play Clark. Don't lie to these people.
Yeah, you did.
Suplex City.
No, he was Clark to bring people to Suplex City.
So that's all this deck is. It's just Suplex City. The character card even says Suplex City.
How about this one? Mike Hardiman playing Mike Hardiman. He did have this was a front character. This character did roll into Garrett Brett once in a while when necessary. I saw it happen a few times, but it was still cool to see him, drop Mike Hardiman on the table. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
And J Ray playing J Ray.
And if you scroll down one more, there's me at 19th place playing the Raiden.
Oh, so close, Jesse.
I know. We did the math because I got to see the math after everything was posted. If one of my opponents had won their last round, enough people had won their last round, I could have possibly secret bossed around Jeremy Ray and challenged the software. I would have done it. I don't think I would have done it out of just what happened previous years to the software challenge. But I would have gone through it. I would have auto lost to Jeremy Ray though. It would have been a waste of time for both of us.
Biggest thing I'd like to note out of all of these on the list, every single champ in here who has a champ card that topped was playing himself, except for Phil Birch. For shame, Birch. For shame.
And where was I on this list? Where for looking for me? Where looking for me? There I am.
And Keenan wouldn't have been diversified if he had been playing himself.
I don't think Keenan is nuts enough to play himself.
And then there I am. I played Joe Higashi. I went 3 and 4. Honestly, that's actually really good for me. Honestly, here's the thing, guys. I'm not that great of a player, but I haven't had a play group in almost 4 years. So 3 and 4 in a very scary meta like this, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not dead last. We're way down there for dead last. So, like I said, 3-4. I got to buy the most opportune moment in terms of UFS history ever.
Oh,
True.
right.
We'll talk about that later.
I want to note one thing, and I'm not to poke anything at the previous world champion. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of this list, I'm just going to say that he did, to my understanding, he went 0-3 drop. Keith Despero.
Now, we also got to keep in mind that Keith, Drew Maffei, Danny Fung, and Mike Lowe, they really weren't in the UFS mood this Gen Con because Versus 2.0 came out. And they spent the majority of their time playing Versus 2.0.
Speaking of, if anyone wants us to do something with Marvelverse, talk to us about it.
Well, that's already
I
got to contact 2 people. We will potentially be having a 5-man show. It will be a crossover show from my old Versus show, The Ring is Chosen. It will be known as The Ring is Chosen Total Justice.
Interesting choice in that name. We'll look into that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be a part of it yet because we're not sure if we're getting local support of the game. So, Versus.
I heard about that. Keith talked to me.
Yeah.
We apparently have gotten Travis to 1 tournament a month.
Which is fine.
Yep.
I'll tell you, if it's 1 day a month, I'll make sure I can make. I'll just make sure it's a day I can make it, and we'll go.
I got to talk to you two. I've got a really good, 2 really good builds. I'll share with you guys later after the show.
All right.
But on to our announcements.
Let's see what's in the folder for next. Looks like we got promo cards.
Well, I guess there are some promo cards that are interesting.
Look, we'll get to the announcements. We're just saving the best for last. So this was handed out to us at Gen Con during singles.
And teams.
This is standard Ryu. Ryu is 6 hand size, 28 health, all earth and good. Form, discard a momentum, draw a card, enhance. During your turn, add 1 card from your hand to the top of your deck. Your attack gets plus X damage. X equals 6 minus the number of cards in your hand.
Important note, adding the card to the top of the deck is a cost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other important note, shares all 3 symbols with Trinity Geyser.
Yes.
Other note, not good with Trinity Geyser.
False.
Okay. Whatever you say, sir.
That's what we got built for tomorrow, so.
I would not call him a Trinity Geyser deck.
He doesn't yell at me as a Trinity Geyser deck. Like, he really doesn't.
He doesn't have. It's only because, well, off of good he does, because then he can run. Whatchamacallit.
Mega Ball?
No, Young Mercenary and Mega Ball, or whatever her name is.
The one guard, the guard I want to play with this guy is Kha'Zix Citadel.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to put any foundation. I want to play these really splashy, cheat some foundations into play type of deck, and be like, oh, when I put this splashy, I don't know what type of foundation in my deck. Like, what's something on these symbols that would be really helpful? Like,
Pretty cool.
Trying to think, you could sneak some cool stuff into play. It's completely off symbol, and you just put it on top of your deck, and then with your E, gets a damage bonus, and then you're like Citadel, put it into play. And you're like, I just snuck a foundation that can't even play into play. It could be really fun. It could be awful. I don't know, but it would be fun.
And I'm decided to make Ryu rain blood on a whole bunch of people with Crimson Barrage and Rain Flush.
Yeah, Rain Flush is another good option with him. There are a lot of good options with him.
Yes.
I think we have, being currently built tonight, a Valiant Assault build, a Trinity Geyser and Valiant Assault build, an Aerial Ring Boomerang build.
Oh, God.
A range deck build I'm kind of working on, and a Rain Flush build. Because Rain Flush is my baby.
See, my store owner, John, I don't know if you two got to meet him or not. It was a busy day. Both days he sat down and played with us. He handed me the Ryu card when he got back to the store. He got back like maybe an hour after us, and immediately told me, he's like, "You're building me this deck." It's like, it's not Ken. He told me, it's like, it's not Ken, but it's Ryu. You need to bring this deck to me next week. I was like, okay.
Just hand him back 4 Valiant Assaults and be like, yeah, it'll work.
I'm handing him back 4 Rain Flushes.
You mean on those symbols?
I have so many Valiant Assaults I found out.
I know it. Moving on. We really liked this Ryu. We thought it was really good.
For real?
Yep.
That's not it.
That's pretty much it.
There we go.
There he is.
So
There he
you
is.
can actually get the 8-bit Ryu, because Gen Con says from now on, at Worlds or at Gen Con, there will be an 8-bit promo card of any character they're like trying to bring up the set for. Also, surprising info, I believe they announced that they did delay. They are delaying Blood Omen.
Yep.
Darkstalker's Blood Omen, and the set release, I'm not sure. We're allowed to talk about this, right? Because that was formally announced, right?
Everything was placed. There was Shane placed it on the forum saying, "Here is our current release schedule."
So,
And right now it's the
Mega Man
next
3,
Mega Man 3 is coming out. It's like Battle of Power, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Fighter,
Then Street Fighter,
and Mortal Kombat.
And then
And
Cowboy Bebop.
or. Like the order of Cowboy Bebop and Mortal Kombat is in the air, but it depends on
Yeah,
a lot of
so
variables.
If
for the reprints of those nice Red Horizon cards for another year. But
that's
right
why I think we
now-
got promo Sagaki offerings.
Yep.
Because they had made this decision.
So Street Fighter also joins UFS through the board game, board tactics game, Universal Tactics.
Well, what is this? There will be the Street Fighter board game,
Yes.
and then you can use the minis from that, or potentially buy some, if not all, the minis separately, and use them with Universal Tactics.
Yes. Which I believe you can also use the Mega Man minis from the Mega Man board game for Universal Tactics as well, correct?
Yep.
If you look over there, you see David. All I know is I got Juri Han, And that's about all I need to do to get this board game, is know that I get Jury.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? We got the Mortal Kombat mats, as previewed by player from my play group, Joey Matthias, who has officially named himself Piglet's Paul Heyman.
That segment looks so cool. I'm glad I got
mat
that.
is fantastic.
I'm gonna be very blatant because I actually was very vocal about this. I am very meh about Mortal Kombat, but that's just me. It is not a.
I'll put it this way. I'm
gonna consider the set another set of UFS, and I'm not fanboying over it like some people will be. Like, I'll tell you that much. I'm more up in arms about Bebop. That's my.
I'll put it this way. Like, I'm similar with a lot of the sets where it's like, Mortal Kombat, I liked it over the years. I played it a little bit. Nowhere near as much as I played Soul Calibur. Mainly because I didn't own a Sega Genesis back in the day. But I see what it'll bring to the game. It's very interesting. Something like Street Fighter vs. Mortal Kombat is something that's impossible to do in all the other mediums.
And we get to do it in our
We
game.
get to do it here. So that will be awesome.
Yep.
I am I like the weird characters out of Sub-Zero that no one likes, like Sub-Zero's sister or daughter, or I don't know. It's just a female Sub-Zero. Frost, yeah.
Yeah. The model that actually was the body model for Frost was over at Bubblegum Minis, Miss Marie.
That's great.
Yeah.
I told her about that and showed her the mat. It's like, she's French Canadian, so accent was a little odd to talk to, but I can understand her pretty well. She was very excited and hopes there's a Frost card for her. If there is a Frost card, I'm definitely getting her to autograph it. As for me, I am very excited for Mortal Kombat. I am not the greatest Mortal Kombat player, but I definitely have fun with local friends with it. I am all sorts of hyped for Ermac because Tom can suck it. Tom hates Ermac with an undying passion because apparently they kick his butt with Ermac at the Jasco house.
Yeah. My friend Ben has said that if Ermac's in the first set, he's probably going to invest to buy 4X of every single one of Ermac's cards.
I will be doing the same, and I am also looking forward to Tremor. New character, I am just really enjoying the crap out of Tremor in the new Kombat.
I gotta go look up all the characters in this game because I haven't. Or I should just.
Tremor was essentially the Brown Ninja, and in Mortal Kombat X, they gave him a personality to where he is essentially an Earth Elemental right there with Raiden and Fujin. Then we got the Four Horsemen together of Total Justice Gaming.
We unfortunately don't get a set.
You have to understand that this is the first year that, like, me and Matt started after Gen Con last year, so this is the first group photo of us all four together, so it was pretty cool.
If you look there, you will see the elusive Birch Yeti.
Yep.
Also a random Sean and AJ, but the elusive Birch Yeti even comes with its own blurred photo, so we can't really be sure if it's him or not.
Was he even really there?
Then yeah, okay, so most story time. My first win actually was a botch, but it was the most opportune buy ever because the Jasco Animated was actually going on the same time as round 5. So I got there, the computer, and I still think Sean set this up actually, for me to get the buy. So I go there, and we learn that Cowboy Bebop will be in UFS. It will be a part of UFS. Its own minis for UFS Tactics, its own playmats, but it's going to be in its own contained set. I think they're talking about maybe 4 to 5 characters. People are already calling for
5 characters, like 75 card set.
People are already calling for blood if Ein is not a character card.
He's gonna be an asset.
Interesting enough, I told Matt, and Matt literally broke for about 2 minutes Because
I
he
think-
literally could not process what I told him.
I'm on the fact that I think if R&D is that's all I'm going to refer to development at this point is R&D because it's just at this point that's what it should be. Ein seems you can't make an actual card set for Ein. It would be way too hard.
No,
Like, I'm already
check out character.
I'm 10 episodes into the series again, and I'm like, I don't think I can I can't make any attacks for this dog except for like bite or something like that. But you could make a single character promo card like the set event card or the box stopper beep Ein. That's what I see happening.
Just everybody's very afraid that I'm just going to be an asset for Ed.
He's definitely going to.
But yeah, so this is going to be a full part of UFS. It looks like it's going to be a mini set, which is fantastic.
It's our first big venture into Funimation with UFS.
So
That's what's
Toei.
really great.
Funimation and Toei.
And Joey.
And Sunrise.
We also got Dragon Ball Z. We do not have them in UFS.
Yeah.
We
I'm
do
gonna
not
say
have them in UFS.
I will. I am going on the personal. I'm already on the personal campaign train to get for any players that are currently playing DBZ under their current license to stop playing so they can play a better game and play Dragon Ball in a better game.
Now, please, we're not knocking the Dragon Ball Z card game. They're doing
I am.
pretty well.
So,
I'm going to.
we
I
are.
played the original game.
I have actually been all over the DBZ TCG Reddit page, and let me tell you, I've already pleaded our case as a UFS player, and I've only been angry or yelled at once so far in my campaign.
So DBZ will be part of Universal Tactics. They will be
Yep.
getting their own board game. We will be doing sleeves, DBZ dice, and
Playmats.
Play
By
mats.
the way, the playmats and sleeves will also be being done for Cowboy Bebop.
So
Oh.
the irony of this is the DBZ card game Panini's doing has to come to essentially Jazzco to get their card paraphernalia.
Yep. They can't make it anymore. They have lost that. They didn't have the right. I haven't seen
They never had the
any stuff.
rights. They didn't think about it.
Yeah. They didn't go that far. That's where the one thing Jasco really thinks outside the box is like, everybody's offering, okay, we'll turn this into this thing. I'm like, Jasco's like, we'll do everything. It's like, that's what they're doing. They're like, we'll do a board game, we'll put them into this, we'll put them into this, we'll put them into this. I'm like, it all works.
It's exactly what Bushiroad does too.
Yeah. You use all aspects. You look at all angles. Like that, Jasco is becoming. I will say I early saying on this, and we'll probably check this in a year and see how well we are. Jasco is becoming the American Bushiroad. They're seeing everything at all angles, and that's what's a rare thing nowadays.
Does that mean they're going to eventually own a small wrestling company very soon that you can get a job at?
You never know. Global Force might tank really quick, and Jason.
I don't know. I can't really call All Japan or New Japan Wrestling a small wrestling company.
Not anymore. Not after Bushiroad.
Not anymore.
Not after Bushiroad invested, $15 million into it to, they actually have a healthcare plan and stuff now.
That's it for announcements. We will talk briefly about this. I actually went to CandyCon. The place was, honest to God, too small. The prices were much better than Buca de Beppo. I actually had an alligator po' boy. That thing was fantastic. And I took the majority of the Three Musketeer minis off every candy tray that passed me. So if nobody got Three Musketeers at CandyCon, that's because of me. I know you.
Lucas, anyways.
All of Rochester went to Buca. I actually had to go track you guys down.
Yep. Yeah, we went to Buca's. It was more of, I think we all wanted an actual sit-down dinner. We didn't want the noise. But then we went to Buca's, and guess what? It was really loud because other people were there and being really loud. And then after about 30 minutes, people left, and it got quiet, and it got nice, and it was enjoyable.
And then
And
the illegal gambling started.
well, that's official, unofficial information there. So.
What? It's a good old-fashioned Italian restaurant. They should be used to illegal gambling by now.
It's a chain. Why not?
So is the mob.
True.
Overall, Gen Con was a wonderful time. Jasco really put out all the stops. My only regret this entire Gen Con is I was not able to demo the Mega Man board game.
Neither was I.
Nope.
But I got to demo Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun was there. When that game comes out, there will be shirts lost, high-fiving, flipping off, and calling people Maverick, Goose, and Iceman. That was pretty much all I took away.
There's no Goose. No Goose call sign.
You gotta do that. The open tooth, the Val Kilmer bite.
Yeah.
Right.
God, that was so creepy.
We get Maverick, Hollywood, Iceman, Chipper, and Cougar, I believe.
Wait, is Goose Hot Shots?
No?
Okay, so I'm not remembering Hot Shots or Hot Shots Part 2.
No.
Okay.
No, Goose is in it.
Goose.
He just doesn't get to be one of the main call signs in the game.
And that was, I believe, made by AJ Murray, who is sadly leaving. Yeah.
No.
It's the word's out there. People are aware, but we'll actually obviously for respect of his status in the company, we'll keep that. When it becomes official, we'll obviously make more of a note of it. But there's a lot of things.
Probably have him on before the announcement's made or after the announcement's made.
Or if he wants to come on the show and make the announcement official, he is more than welcome here.
Oh yeah.
Since the Wednesday night show doesn't allow interviews.
That's one day. Like the show's just gonna start, and Kevin's gonna get kicked out of the call and be replaced with a guest, and I'm just gonna tell Sean deal with it. And if he leaves, Kevin gets to come back into the call.
Oh God.
So I got to team with a wonderful player from Illinois. I got to team with Cole Hubbard. That was a wonderful, wonderful guy.
Mm-hmm.
He participated in teams. He understood that he was going up with me and a brand new player, so we did call ourselves just here for promos. We really were. I wanted to be called 2 Reds and a Yellow, but they said that was far too offensive. Which, to my question is, this is UFS. We had Bill Cosby's cocktail hour. I really don't think 2 Reds and a Yellow would have been that bad.
The Bill Cosby Cocktail Hour was a great name, though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I liked the team name Garrett Brett Ruined My Life.
Yeah, the UK. I got to chat a lot with Mike Carterman and the other members of the UK team. Those guys are pretty cool. They actually, if you want to, I always will say, if you are willing to travel internationally to play a card game, you're devoted. And it was really cool to see some UK players show up, play as a team. They made top 8. Mike Carterman made top 16. It was pretty cool. And they actually were playing, they were playing, I think what did they play? Mike played Garrett in teams.
There was the all Terry deck.
The Terry deck of doom.
Yep.
I think it was scary, man. He one-shot me.
It's okay.
I went from 19 to 6 on one attack.
Yeah, I definitely liked the deck, but yeah, Jiffany blocked that deck perfectly fine.
I had fun against it though.
Yeah.
I killed him on turn 2, and he just stared at his hand, and he was like, I can't stop this.
I played game 1, I played Alliance Dance turn 1, and he was just very depressed.
Everybody's
just
depressed.
Here's my 14 speed, 15 damage Kuga. Take 2.
Yep.
Oh. 3 turns later, here's another one. Take 2. Oh.
Well, remember, if he does lethal before you Alliance Dance, you do die.
I know.
I had to explain that to someone. because they tried the Lion Stance, a lethal damage attack, and I'm like, you're dead. That was not fun to explain to a player. I felt really bad saying that. I'm like walking them in, like, because they did it on another attack, like they didn't understand how the card worked, and I'm like, and then I went for my lethal attack, and they're just like they saved it for like for one of my multiples, and I'm like, oh, I'm dead. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was fun, but yeah, Gen Con was great this year. I kind of think I missed some opportunities to get some more to talk more with the company in general. Yeah,
I got to hang out with Nathan. That was fun.
Yeah. Hanging out with Nathan is always fun. Me and Joey got to play World of Warcraft with him.
Yeah, I wish I had the time for that.
Huh?
I wish I had the time for that, especially since I had a deck on me.
You
I'd given it to him, but
You were playing singles still at the time, I believe.
yes. It was either that or I was running errands in the vendor hall.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Joey says hi, by the way.
Yo.
What else was there? Yeah, Nathan was, as always, great to hang out with. John got to take on Nathan. Respectively, on his first game, he dropped it to 18 before Nathan just went.
Nathan's deck did his thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've already found a way to work around it, but it depends if he gets another staff card between now and then.
I'm happy I got changed staff card. That they went missing at some point in the weekend, and they were recovered.
You got them back. You got them back. That was
What
a
had
good
happened, actually, I talked to him about it over at CandyCon. What had happened is the night they packed up, somebody put his box in one of the boxes,
Mhm.
and then, like, they found it unpacking, like, the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a ton of staff cards. They were giving out staff cards left and right, minus Nathan over at CandyCon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Nathan doesn't want to give his away. He wants people to earn them. He was upset when they found out his character was given away at Nationals. I'm one of like 3 people to legitimately earn his card.
Yeah, he said that.
Yep.
What else was there? Yeah, Lily didn't give up her card without a fight either.
Really? I just asked really nicely and said, please.
Yep.
I said, please. It seemed that was the word that she was looking for, I guess. Somebody, like, I walked up and I asked her, can I please have your...
Where's that, though?
What?
Where'd you get it? Here at Gen Con, or...?
I got a Gen Con last year, actually.
No. She didn't want to give up her card this year.
She gave it to me after I asked nicely, because she saw me that I was helping Nathan and Jason with sales. Which I want to go to that arcade that this guy has set up. Sounds really cool. They're good. They're getting in UFS soon, and they have an arcade set up with just all the old fighting games and a bunch of old systems.
Where is this?
It's in Texas, unfortunately.
Oh.
But they just have a bunch of games. They have all the cabinets refurbished and reskinned.
Nice.
And it sounds awesome.
So let's talk about the post Gen Con. Do you think anything's gonna get banned? Let's play that game.
Skullman.
No.
Ever hopeful should be, but it won't.
Ever hopeful cannot be banned. People are just gonna have to stick with that. Because Jason refuses to ban anything out of starter decks after the fiasco of having to ban, what was it, 2 cards out of Vincent Gray?
He had to ban a card out of Vincent Gray, and then he had to ban Penance out of the Vespera deck.
Yeah. Really, it's like they have to they have to do a functional reprint of Rebirth and give it the infinity symbol.
I think that's a little too much. There's actually a new card that can help against your issues with Rebirth. There is a new
Ever hopeful, you mean?
Ever hopeful.
Yeah, it's called Play Jiffany and be an 8-card hand size. And don't give it back.
That's true. But I was really, you know what the one thing was? I was very hype about a certain card stopping the Ever Hopeful loop, and then I realized it said non-foundation, and I was like, damn. The barbecue does not stop it.
Nope.
Barbecue doesn't stop it. However, I do think that they already need to look or ban beach,
What?
He's talking about summer heat.
summer heat.
Yeah. That whole thing where I said making it a 5 check and the fact that the redding ability was better than the damage bump.
Yeah.
Remember
I mean,
that whole
Summer heat
argument?
needs to go. I'm sorry that we just got these promos, but that card is honestly more dangerous than
Yeah.
whatchamacallit.
that card will survive. That card will not get banned until Nationals. After Nationals, that's how long it'll stay. It's gonna be like Mourn the Loss. It's gonna be a slow bleed. Like Ever Hopeful, at least we can adjust a format around that card. And like if you look at Garrett Brett's deck, I will give Garrett a pile of condolences. He was playing. I look at all this stuff. He had a ton of ways to deal with momentum in his main deck, and ways to deal with Ever Hopeful. And there's ways to deal with that card. You just got to keep your opponent's momentum in check. Like I played 3 of. I can actually see if I can pronounce this. Hiten Kyaku?
Hiten Kyaku?
Yeah, I was playing 3 of those in my Raiden deck for the fact of I need to get rid of momentum, and most people just stacked their momentum. They were playing that. Like, I played against Ever Hopeful. I think I looked at my list. I played it 4 out of my 7 singles rounds. I played against it, and then in teams, I think I played against it like 2 out of 5.
Everyone needs to pull out their Hikashu of Lights and what's that attack?
Death Row.
Death Rose.
Like you gotta. This is a meta now. This is a meta. If you want to make a card problematic and you want to think it's still good, you gotta play through it. And like, there's gonna be these decks that are gonna try to just giantly outmaneuver your momentum build. Like, it's not just the foundation build nowadays; it's the momentum build.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where Ever Hopeful is gonna be a card, and where it's gonna be cornerstoning people. There's no more Cat Force to kill it early. You have to play a lot of committal effects if you want to control it on your turn. If it's not even in play, gotta deal with it other ways.
So with the champ cards rotating next week, do we think we're going to see a different meta, or just a slightly slower meta, or a faster meta?
I'm not sure if it's gonna be faster, but I think it's still gonna be consistent. Like, there's some cards that there's some cards that replace a lot of the cards in decks, but they're not as good. Like, you can't replace Latchstiff Gamble 1-for-1. And that card was a 4X staple. You can't replace Cat Force 1-for-1. I think that with Cat Force gone, though, a lot of Foundation Destruction hate cards will slowly lean out of the meta. And my guess is by Nationals or the Las Vegas event, because they have no clue if it's going to be, they might be changing some things around next year. I think like stuff like Dr. Wily might be just deep next year. I'm really considering like Dr. Wily might be the way to go next year. Just blow up people's boards so they're not going to play any way to stop it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things now that are going to be open with all those champ cards being gone. Because, like, a lot of people just, like, they just couldn't answer Lion's Dance.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, they've got Lion's Dance. Screw my entire idea.
Yeah.
Like that Terry deck. That Terry deck gets better because Lion's Dance is gone.
Yep.
I'm now actually terrified of that deck because I don't have Lion's Dance.
Yeah. There's a lot of cards, though, that get around it. They get around that stuff. Like, J-Pop Idol's going to see a lot more play off of Void.
Yeah, I should probably find my copy of that.
Yeah, that card's really good. Like, there's gonna be a lot of different ways to answer multiples, like where Lion's Dance answered multiples for a long time. Now you got to find different ways, and it's not on every symbol now. It'll be interesting. I definitely think
there's one multiple Lion's Dance could never answer.
What?
The one that plays 5. Like good old Murakumo.
Yeah.
He answered 1. How about the other 4? How about the other 4 of them?
Exactly. The finger banging pistol.
Yeah. That deck's gonna get so much better with rotation.
I know, that scares me. It just becomes a suicide machine now.
Yep.
With rotation. What's that? What happened? Oh, this stuff's going lethal. What do you mean going lethal? You're dead. I'm like, what do you mean? You just have to go deep and hope it's good. Yeah. I'm very interested to see where the meta shifts. We've got St. Louis in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep.
From now, we'll see where that PTC sets out. I'm hoping they get a good turnout. There's a lot of renewed faith in the game, especially with all the new license announcements.
Yep.
I should have bought like an extra 5 or 6 Rio promos because I know I'm gonna have to I've got my one extra. I've already traded. I gotta ship it to someone in a few days.
Yep, same here. Mine's already gone.
Yeah.
If anyone wants it, Sean bought 1 billion of them if they want 8-bit Rias.
That's true. They'll probably be up in a day or two.
I think it's up now.
Oh, maybe it is. Okay.
I'll check.
I haven't checked. Yeah. It was a big year. It was a good. I think this was. It was a smaller year than Nationals was for US. It was a smaller turnout.
It's because there's more locals that can make it from there.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think was there. I'm not sure because I didn't ask. I do apologize. I didn't really talk. I talked where I could with people, but I didn't see anybody from like the one Indiana play group. Like
Nope.
if they were
None
there,
of them showed up.
none of them showed up. Okay, that's what I thought.
Jason, like Shannon, I think they were pretty upset about that.
Well, thing happens. Life happens.
Oh, wait, I thought they were there. They just didn't go into singles.
No, they didn't even play team. Like they weren't even there. Like they didn't play anything. Like they were. If they were there, they didn't play UFS. There is a. I will note, the date for Nationals is yet to be confirmed. We should know by the time of the Gen Con post Gen Con state of the game,
Which will hopefully happen tomorrow. Hopefully.
Hopefully, they're trying to confirm Nationals date or the. I can't say Nationals date because now that the idea is put out there of that the national U.S. Nationals may be moved to Gen Con going forward, and Worlds may be done earlier this year and be done at Vegas.
I hate that idea.
I think it's perfectly fine, actually.
I'll never make it to Worlds ever again.
I mean, U.S. Nationals will be just as like you understand that like the difference of winning U.S. Nationals and winning Worlds is the title on your card. That's about it. I don't know if Joe's walking away.
The difference is like nothing.
Yeah, like it's just the events ran at this location. It's like that's their decision to do, and if
Here's the thing, and here's how I'm looking at this. People are saying the bar for Worlds is the Gen Con badge. I disagree. Hotels are not that bad if you know when to order in advance. We're talking about going to Vegas in February. That's the pretty much Valentine's Day month. So a lot of people are going to Vegas for...
Vegas is dirt. The one thing is Vegas is one of the 10 cheapest places in the U.S. to fly to. Because it's where it centralizes in the flight patterns for our country. It's actually very centralized. Like you can get to Vegas from Rochester to back and forth for $350, which is pretty good for a cross-continent flight. For almost cross-continent flight. Like I'm flying one way. My flight's gonna average. I'm going one way and I'm driving back with Sean.
And how much is the hotel?
Hotel. Giggles and Giggles and Ryan Fields split a two-bed room, and they paid $200 for 5 days. It's cheap.
Holy crap.
There are so many hotels.
How far away did they stay?
They stayed at the resort. They stayed on site at the South Point.
You're telling me they spent a total of $400 for a 4-night, 5-day thing in Vegas?
Yep, to my understanding, yes. It's really cheap. Everyone thinks Vegas is expensive. Vegas is very affordable. They do
also
a lot.
The fact that Jathan, I believe, gets a special deal with South Point.
Yeah.
Because they essentially reserve an entire floor.
Yeah. plus there's a discount with us going there. Like there's a lot of benefits of it, of being run at a resort like at a casino resort like that. Like there's a lot of ways that we can make deals where we are kind of at the Gen Con housing block deal. Hopefully,
I feel very comfortable about going to Vegas this year.
Yeah.
I should definitely sign that paperwork so I can actually make sure I have my voucher.
What's different this year?
Oh.
It's gonna be Worlds this year. I'll explain after the show.
all right.
Jangles didn't hear a thing, so.
Because you have your headphones. I can't
I
hear
don't-
anything.
Well, anyways, it's a lot of things that are going to be discussed. The state of the game is going to be once again necessary to get a lot of things out and open to people. The fall, I actually can't wait. The next couple of months of UFS, we just finished at Worlds. UFS slows down, and I'm literally taking August off of playing playing fun games, playing fun decks for a month, trying to figure out what I want to do. And then when Michigan rolls around in September, I want to roll right back into playing competitively. I mean, September, October, November, there's 3 big tournaments I'm traveling to. Because they're all here in the Northeast, including the Rochester 2K.
You're not coming to my event in December? I see how it is.
That's a let's see where my work time off is, because that's a drive. That's a drive, and it's possibly driving into winter, early winters.
Speaking of which, I can now officially say the Game Cave will be hosting the PTC in December.
Do we have your date locked?
We do not have a date lock. We have to look at what Magic the Gathering is doing in December before we get a date locked, because first and foremost, Game Cave is a Magic store. However, John is more than happy to be on board with UFS, as I have already stated earlier by telling me point blank, build me this character and I want it by next week. I am getting the Mega Man board game. I will be getting all the board games and tactics game. We will. You need to teach me how to build a deck. So we're on board.
Good.
I can't tell everybody the Game Cave is much easier to get to than all the past PTC events in Tennessee. If you've flown here, the Game Cave is literally 5 miles down the road from the airport. The airport is 216. The Game Cave exit is 221.
It's not bad.
And we are right off the interstate too. Food options are pretty nice over there. Not as good as where I would want them to be, but that's if I own the game store, because there's a perfect spot in Bellevue for it, but I don't have the money or the financial know-how or the knowledge.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm reading quotes from the Republican presidential debate, and they're hilarious. God, I hope that the Republicans fail again.
God, did Jon Stewart pick a lousy time to retire?
I know. He's going to come. I guarantee if he doesn't have anything going on by 2016, they're going to do like a one-shot election night special with him. And it'll be great if he's not doing anything new. But either way, the GOP debate quotes are hilarious. But anyway.
Next week we're going to try to get Champ Talks going on, and then it'll be back to super fun time deck building. Talk.
Garrett's already said he's ready whenever. Just
Yep.
waiting on a contact from Lion Stance.
We already got a request. Actually, it's off of Joe Hill's wonderful video. If you guys have not looked at Joe Hill's newest video over at Josepher, he is talking about his top 5 attacks from Darkstalkers.
Hey, look, the Hilton wants to know how we liked our stay. Guess what I get to do? I'm sorry, our stay at our hotel, while great because it was cheap, but it was a really nice hotel. There were so many problems we had with our hotel that I just want to chew apart.
Oh, when we got there, right?
Yeah, our hotel tried to charge us an extra $300 when we arrived.
Nice.
Yeah, I was very unsatisfied. The whole dealing with the front desk after that, because the person who told us all this information was a manager. Like, dealing with the front desk at any time after that was just a pain. Like, the checkout was the smoothest thing we had to deal with. But yeah, we had a fun time. I had a great time at Gen Con. Champ Talks are coming up, guys. We're gonna have Garrett Brett. We are gonna have members of Lions Stance, depending on availability. I mean, a lot of members of Lions Stance are, the full-time employed teams down there. So trying to get a schedule where we can get a couple of them on at the same time, it'll be interesting. Especially Drew. I got to talk with Drew a little bit. He's pretty cool. I loved his Yellow Devil deck. I wish I would have. I should have just asked for the deck or gotten the list so I could build it for singles. It would have been so much fun just to play Geyser Devil. Anything else, guys, for the night?
No, that seems
I think
about
we're
it.
good.
All right, guys, we had a nice short show tonight. Just finished a little over under an hour. We'll see everyone next week. We'll have the postings. State of the game when it comes up. Please check out Choja's Gaming on Facebook. We'll have it up immediately. We're kind of we stalk the internet as much as possible, so we'll know when it's up.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Night, folks.
Night, guys.
Good night, everybody.